When Valerie Bertinelli first met Eddie Van Halen in 1980, it felt like two completely different universes had somehow collided. She was already a familiar face on television, known for her warmth and relatability, while he was living the high-energy life of a rock musician. Despite their contrasting worlds, there was an immediate connection that felt genuine and easy. Their relationship moved quickly, and within a year, they were married. From the outside, it looked like a fairy tale, two successful people finding love at the height of their careers. But beneath that excitement was a quiet challenge, learning how to build a stable life together while living in environments that demanded very different rhythms, expectations, and emotional energies. Building a life behind the spotlight. After their wedding, Valerie and Eddie tried to create a grounded, meaningful life together despite the chaos surrounding them. Their home wasn't filled with the drama people often expect from celebrity couples. Instead, it was built on routine, shared humor, and a desire to keep things simple. Valerie focused on her work and personal growth, while Eddie continued to tour and create music. They weren't chasing perfection, they were trying to make something real. When their son was born, it brought a deeper sense of purpose into their lives. Valerie especially leaned into motherhood, hoping to create a stable and loving environment. For a while, it felt like they had found a balance, even if it required constant effort. The quiet struggles no one saw over time, subtle cracks began to form in their relationship, though they weren't visible to the public. Life on the road, demanding schedules and emotional distance, slowly created gaps between them. These weren't dramatic moments, but quiet ones. Missed conversations, unspoken frustrations, and growing emotional separation. Valerie often found herself carrying more of the emotional weight at home, while Eddie was navigating his own internal challenges. Like many couples, they tried to hold things together without fully addressing what was changing. Their love didn't disappear, but it became harder to express in the way it once had. What made it difficult was that from the outside, everything still looked perfectly fine. When love meets reality. As the years passed, their relationship faced the reality that love alone isn't always enough to sustain a partnership. Both Valerie and Eddie were growing in different directions, shaped by their experiences and personal struggles. There were moments of connection, but also long stretches where they felt out of sync. Valerie later reflected that she had been trying to hold on to an idea of what their relationship once was, rather than fully accepting what it had become. It wasn't about blame, it was about recognizing that they were no longer able to meet each other in the same way. This realization didn't come all at once. It unfolded slowly through time, reflection, and emotional honesty. The decision to let go. When they eventually separated, it wasn't a loud or dramatic ending. There were no public conflicts or sensational headlines. Instead, it was a quiet decision rooted in understanding that their paths had changed. Ending a long relationship is never easy, especially one built over decades, shared memories, and a family. But sometimes, choosing to let go is an act of care rather than failure. Valerie focused on creating a stable environment for their son, while both she and Eddie began navigating their lives separately. The respect between them remained, even as the marriage itself came to an end. It marked the closing of one chapter, but not the end of their connection entirely. Healing and honest reflection. Years later, Valerie began to speak more openly about her experiences, not to revisit the past, but to better understand it. Through writing and reflection, she explored what the relationship had meant to her and what she had learned from it. Her perspective wasn't filled with resentment, but with clarity. She acknowledged both the love they shared and the challenges they couldn't overcome. This kind of reflection takes time and emotional growth. It's not about rewriting history, but about seeing it more fully. For Valerie, sharing her story became a way to connect with others who had faced similar struggles, reminding them that it's okay for relationships to evolve and, sometimes, to end. A bond that never fully broke. Even after their divorce, Valerie and Eddie maintained a connection, especially as co-parents. Their shared love for their son remained a strong and unifying force. They showed up for important moments, supported each other when needed, and continued to treat one another with respect. This kind of relationship isn't always easy to achieve after a separation, but it reflects a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Their bond changed form, but it didn't disappear. It became less about partnership and more about shared history and mutual care. In many ways, this ongoing connection showed that relationships don't always have to fit traditional definitions to remain meaningful. Life after letting go. Following the end of her marriage, Valerie focused on rebuilding her life in a way that felt authentic to her. She explored new opportunities, faced personal challenges, and gradually found a sense of independence that was deeply empowering. This phase wasn't about replacing the past, but about creating something new. She learned to prioritize her own emotional well-being and to set boundaries that supported her growth. Like many people after a major life transition, she experienced moments of uncertainty, but also moments of clarity. Over time, she developed a stronger sense of self, one that wasn't defined by her past relationship, but shaped by her own choices and experiences. A story of growth, not just loss. Looking back, the story of Valerie and Eddie isn't simply about a marriage that ended. It's about growth, change, and the complexity of human relationships. They shared meaningful years together, built a family, and influenced each other's lives in lasting ways. While their marriage didn't last forever, it still held value and significance. Not every love story is meant to stay the same over time. Some evolve, some transform, and some come to a natural conclusion. What remains important is what people learn from those experiences. In the end, their story reminds us that love can exist alongside change, and that sometimes moving forward is the most honest and meaningful choice of all.